All right, Leo, back to you, because I was about to record your reading and Mother Nature decided to upstage you with some crazy snow that I went ahead and did a little short on because it was funny. But now we're back to you. So, Leo, let's see what the energy that's coming through for you is. Oh, I'm Empathic Crow, Rebecca, by the way. And this is a general collective reading. So, whatever placement Leo is for you, or even if you're just feeling a Leo energy and called to watch, that's fine too. Just remember, general readings, it's for the collective. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Private readings are available with me through my website, empathiccrow1111.com, and that always is going to be a more specific reading. Just remember, past and present, they're pretty accurate because it's already happened or it is happening. Future is always about potential and possibility because you do have free will. And you, of course, get to make your own choices. With my readings, I do have an understanding and training on the cards, but I do intuitive readings. So the cards may not be described by me in a way that you are familiar with, and I read them typically like a story. I'm being told to go ahead and start shuffling, and your first card is the Four of Wands. I am losing my voice. I am pretty sure I have a sinus infection, so just try to bear with me. Four of Wands. So we've got some coming together and community that is happening for you. The gold in this card, of course, screams Leo, right? So let's see what's coming through and what story is building right now. So it's interesting that the interactions are going on in the background. So there's definitely two people up here who are standing out in the front. One of them is going to be you. And I feel like the other one is a partner. Now, whether that's partner is in relationship or business partner, I'm not sure, but this feels like it's a celebration. It's a victorious time. So let's see what that means for you, Leo. There's a lot of abundance that is showing up here in this, I want to say banner, but it's not a banner. Why is my brain not wanting to work? There's abundance and fruitfulness showing up in here. All right, yes, look at you, Leo. Nine of Cups, the Make-A-Wish card. So yeah, there's something, like I said, it's some kind of partnership where things are feeling like they're in alignment, and it's feeling like you're in a wish-fulfilled kind of situation. I love how he looks like he's in his pajamas. Like it's just, and he's not, but that's the way it looks to me. So it's almost like I dream it, I make it. I dream it, I believe it, I do it. You know, one of those like, I just manifest it. And maybe that's the energy that you're in. We will see. So Leo, I may have to take some sips of water as we go through because I've recorded Aquarius through Cancer so far, and apparently my voice is going. But I really, really, really want to finish these readings. So you may just have to see me taking sips of water. All right, what is going on for Leo? What is this energy about? This is definitely starting out different than any of the other readings except for the Star card, because this is the third time that she has come out and that I have had to cover her lady bits because I don't want to upset. Make sure I don't have anyone on TikTok because I enjoy doing these reads. Anyway, so there is something you're healing from. So we'll see where this story is going and what's coming from it. But you've already healed. Like this, I'm seeing the stars coming and I'm just seeing like you're shining bright. So whatever it is that you've healed, there may still be, like I'm seeing a little bit of this right here, the water, and that there's just a little bit. Like you're working on balancing it, not pouring too much in like you may have been before. Like it felt like you were pouring in way more than you were receiving, but here we're finding a balance. Like you're making sure that you're pouring some into you. That's emotions, energy, things like that. And that while you're still giving to others, you're finding more of a balance, and that's part of your healing, and you're coming out and shining. That's a big part of this, is because I'm noticing not only, make sure she's covered, oh my gosh, the big star, but also the little stars on the side. And so kind of like the snow, that it's looking like snow in the camera with because it's white. The snow has stopped, but kind of like the snow, it was a distraction to me in some of the readings, and I had to keep regrouping myself and coming back in. And so you're being seen. Like, you may be distracting other people, whether that's in a good way or a way that they wish you weren't distracting them. But you're being noticed is the big thing. All right, so where is my tiger eye heart? Because we're going to put the tiger eye heart on her, because I feel like, Leo, that is your energy right now. Like that solar plexus chakra, balanced confidence, tiger, that energy. I mean, you are Leo the lion, right? So I feel like you're really, like, even the terracotta pots, or jars, jugs, words, that's sacral chakra. I talked earlier in another reading about the bird being yellow and orange, that sacral chakra. Like, you're allowing yourself to just be passionate about things. It feels like maybe there was a time when you were 555 on the clock, feeling like you'd lost the shine. I'm seeing a penny that, you know, they get kind of dark and dirty and grimy, and then somebody puts the solution on it. Or I've seen people put like hot sauce on it. Like, maybe that's the spice. You're the spice of life. Put something on it and whoop, it's shiny again. I don't know why I said that. Whoop, that's weird. But yeah, so I'm seeing it like your shine was never lost. It may have been dulled, but you're coming back out of that shell. Like, you're making the connections again. You're manifesting your wishes, because you're like, I'm just going to go and get it. Like, what I want, I'm going to get it. And you know that you've got to balance those emotions, because if you completely cut off your emotions, or you come at things where you're not engaging in these connections, you're keeping them at a distance, you're not going to get the things that you want. So this is about you balancing and being able to step into that energy of shining. Yeah, geez, Leo. I mean, how literal can we get? We've got the sun card. The sun card with the sunflowers, with the new beginning, the white horse, like the confidence in that face of that sun. And then the baby just like, it's me. Like, literally, how much more of a Leo card can you get? So yeah, as long as you're focused on this healing and balancing your emotions, not just coming at it from a confident but closed off or not manipulative, but I'm seeing Scar from the Lion King. Like, sometimes when people are hurt, they hurt other people. So as long as you're not like trying to level up and one up in a way that you're trying to put others down, but I don't feel like you are. You're the sun, the new beginning, the possibilities, the potentials, the brilliance, the good things, all of it is coming to you. And there is a wall in this card that I haven't really paid attention to before. And so again, it's that balance. You also have the red cloth. We're going to want to be grounded in this, but at the same time, be happy, be joyful, Leo, because good things are coming your way. I mean, geez, 9 of Cups and the sun. That's not how these readings have been going. Not in a bad way. There's been a lot of good positive messages. But like I said, I couldn't make this up. If I tried to like just pull the cards for you and present them to you and be like, this is the Leo reading, then I would pull these cards, but they're coming out regardless. What does Leo, yeah, I was going to say, what does Leo need to do? So with the 9 of Swords, it's letting go of any of those self-defeating thoughts, those limiting beliefs. It's letting go of that anxiety, anything that has put you in that energy where you feel like you've had to have your guard up, where it's been keeping you up at night. You feel, for some reason, I keep seeing the Fool and hearing you've been fooled. Like but understanding that with the Fool card, usually in tarot, it's going to talk about potential and possibilities, like these new beginnings, and not necessarily that somebody has been tricked or something like that. But I feel like that's the energy that you're coming into it from, is feeling like you've been fooled. And so with that, it's recognizing that, okay, maybe something happened and you didn't see it ahead of time, or it caught you off guard. It doesn't mean that you have to stay stuck in that energy. So that's what I was saying. It's not staying stuck. It's not keeping that past stuff in your view. In order to be able to do things different, you have to think differently. Anything else for Leo from the tarot? No, I'm getting the hiccups now. We'll take that one since it's stuck out. Leo, Nine of Pentacles. Like, you've got the things that you want at your fingertips. You know how to, like I said, manifest and get the things that you want and you desire. You are abundant. I talked about this. I still can't think of the word for it. Garnishment or adornment. Those are the words coming into my brain. Garnishment is not the word. But like, the frills, I don't know, but you've got the abundance. You've got the abundance. You've got the skills. You've got the things that you need. You've got the confidence. It may have been knocked a little bit. You do have this heart chakra that's so big. That's one of the things about Leos. You got a big heart, but people don't always see it. It's like with the strength card with the lion. It's, you know, the lady's sticking her hand into the lion's mouth and the lion has to kind of like pull back its roar because it needs her help. And I feel like sometimes, Leo, you don't like to show that there may be parts of you, 1111, as I said, that are more vulnerable, but it's okay to be vulnerable. That's part of what makes you shine, because you may go through some difficulties, but you come out on the other side and you take some of these things and you use them, but it's about using it to discern, like to be able to figure out how you want to move forward versus letting it stifle you, because you don't want to block your blessings. You don't want to block your new beginnings. I mean, that's all pretty clear. And it's, again, that balance. You don't want to be like this person just kind of like showing off the money they have and giving it to the poor people, because like that just makes me a good person, right? No. If you're going to be helping others and things like that, you're putting yourself in a position where you're able to do that, and you're going to do it from a place of kindness. You may still enjoy the attention, the appreciation and things like that, but it's not being in the position where you're, I'm better than, like I said, Scar. We're not being Scar here. We're Mufasa. Be Mufasa. Be a mature grown Simba. Like, you are stepping into that pride, not in a prideful way, but being proud of yourself and the things that you create and the things that you can manifest. All right, so that is the Radiant Rider Waite. I say Rider Waite Smith deck. Smith, I believe, was the artist for the cards, the original cards. I'm also using this, it's kind of like a generic love oracle that I got off of Amazon, not necessarily to focus on love, but the cards do have very specific words and phrases and emotional states, things that keep us stuck, things that may be helpful. So for you, Leo, let's see, what is it that you need to be able to get back into, or to continue the focus on building versus getting stuck in these anxious Nine of Swords thoughts? What does Leo need? What does Leo need? If that doesn't, we'll try one more time. Nope. All right. What does Leo need to let go of? What does Leo need to let go of? What is Leo? Okay. Leo, all about the passion, but we have to do it in a way that is balanced. Again, so the two cards were fantasy and ecstasy. When I said, what does Leo need to let go of? Chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. It's not that you can't do things that are exciting, that are thrilling, that are enjoyable, but at the same time, it's finding that balance. Because if you're just chasing the thrills and the ecstasy, then you may get in situations that cause a lot of anxieties. Maybe it means that your money isn't as abundant as you would want it to be because you're doing all these things that are taking away from what you have, or relationships are impaired because you're focused on all the options. So having a balance, you want to be able to have fun and enjoy yourself and be passionate about things, but also from a grounded space. with the fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing. Now, we talked about in the beginning that 9 of Cups, that wish fulfilled. So it's being able, 14:44 on the clock, to allow yourself to daydream and fantasize in a way that it creates and manifests the things that you want. But again, this is about balance. It is about being able to be grounded and recognize that you can't just stay in the daydream. In order to actually manifest it, you've got to move forward. Like, you know, this child that's on the horse, or the baby that's on the horse, in order to get that new beginning, there has to be forward movement. There has to be work, like with the 9 of Pentacles, that's put into it that creates that. You know, she planted and grew this. Like, she has that abundance because she created it. So I just heard head out of the clouds. So yeah, you want to be able to think and dream, but not in a way that it becomes just a fantasy, that it's not something realistic or that you can have. You can create and manifest a lot of things, but it's being able to not just stay in that imagination. It's planning it and moving forward. Exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. So again, this is going back to that 9 of Swords. It's getting out of that exhaustion and feeling like things are draining. Notice that in this card, there is a light, and I can't tell the source. Oh, it's the street lamp. So there is a light on that street lamp, but the other street lamps aren't lit up, or at least their poles aren't street lamps. Whatever way it is, there's still a light source coming from the sun setting. And so with that sun, the sun's still there, even in those times where it feels like it's desolate and you're overthinking. So again, this is about finding the balance, recognizing that not everything means that all hope is lost. Not everything means that everything is going to go the way you want it to. But it does mean that with some work and some focus, you're getting the things that you want when you want them. It's about having boundaries. No drawing the line enough. If you don't draw the line enough for yourself or others, or if you draw very hardcore lines, you're not going to get the things that you want. Can't be too passive, but we also cannot be too strict, or else we limit ourselves and the opportunities that we have. All right, so this is the Inner Child Oracle by Amanda Lynn Elsing, and I'll pull a couple of cards from here, or one, sometimes one. All right, what does Leo need to be able to move out of this energy? All right, we have this card knocking the first card, the 4 of Wands, off. 10, disappointment is not the end. Yeah, so, like, this card literally knocked the 4 of Wands onto the floor. So understanding that whatever this was, this may have been what you thought was going to be a wonderful partnership. Like I said, friendship, business, relationship, whatever. And it felt like the 9 of Cups, that Make-A-Wish card, but it doesn't mean it's lost. Like the sun, you're still able to manifest the things you want. You're so, ooh, we got to cover her up. She doesn't like to be a delicate, demure lady. Like, look at this light. The card may look somewhat dark, but there's still that green of the heart chakra. It's coming through, but not in a way that it's like, here's my heart. It's, I have a heart. I'm a caring person, and I can shine my light, just like I talked about with the star card, that light that you have that comes through. But understanding that there is hope even in the darkest of nights. So even when it feels like this, there's still hope. I mean, look at that. In any of these cards, even if this was a disappointment, you're still moving forward in a way that there's hope and opportunities. It's just finding that balance. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out from the Inner Child Healing deck. And that number is a 10. 10 being completion. Like 10 being just a really good number in the tarot. I don't know why my brain is stopping. I guess Spirit's saying just pull the card, Rebecca. We will do that. Is there another card that wants to come out for Leo? Your energies felt a little like you know what you want, but this energy has felt kind of like, I don't know. Wiggly is the only word coming into my mind because it's not wishy-washy. It's just wobbly. It's just, I feel like your confidence got a bit knocked And as I say, I pull, you are worthy. I feel like your confidence got a bit knocked with whatever this was and how it turned out. And you know that you have it within you to pull in relationships and situations and things like that that are good for you and that you enjoy, and that it's going to be okay. But there's a part of you that's like, dang, that really hurt. That really hurt. So 40, which breaks down to a 4, you are worthy. You are worth it all, my love. You are worth it all, my love. And we have these glowing butterflies. So getting into, again, that playfulness, that imagination, but without going into the full fantasy, not, and daydreaming. This is a reconnection with you, not focusing on the what ifs, the what could have been, the things that you feel like are lost, you know, that leads you into the exhaustion, right? But this is a reconnection with you. So looking at the fact that you are worthy, you are worthy, you are worth it all, my love. You are worth it all, my love. Whoever is sending you that message, I feel the pride in my heart, like it's the swell that comes up. So for at least some of you, if not all of you, there is somebody on the other side who is like, you always have been. This was just a moment in time. Oh, Leo, that's such a beautiful message and beautiful reading in general. I hope that you enjoyed it, that at least some of it resonated with you, or maybe even all of it. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, because it does help the messages to get to more people. And the more people who see them, maybe the more who need them or it resonates with. That didn't necessarily make sense, but hopefully you got what I was saying. Anyway, Rebecca Empathic Crow, I do have private bookings available. You can check my website for those. And again, just thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Take care.